Hello guys, my name is Saikran and welcome to my YouTube channel, The ARVR Guy. In this video, I'll be showing you how to build an AR application based on newly released Google ARCore features like Geospatial, Creator, Scene Semantics, and Terrain Anchors, and all that stuff. So if you're not sure about what exactly Geospatial Creator is all about, make sure to check out my previous video I have made on what exactly Geospatial Creator is and what can be achieved through that. In this video primarily we'll be learning how to visualize 3D real-time 3D tile maps of Google Maps inside Unity 3D using Cesium, and also how to place content in AR based on the 3D tile maps. Before that, let's quickly roll the intro of the YouTube channel. Okay, now that we are here, let's get started. So before getting into actual stuff, let me tell you what are the prerequisites that you need in order to build an AR application based on Geospatial API offered by Google. There has been some confusion in terms of what are the dependencies needed, and the documentation is also little confusing and the links are not working. So I'll be providing the links to all the dependencies that you need, and uh, and also for this you also need to access Google's Cloud API, and I will also be showing you how to enable the different APIs and how to get the API key and all that. So the top three things that you need for to build an AR application based on Geospatial API is ARCore extensions by Google is one Unity package that you need, and also you need Cesium. If you're not sure what Cesium is all about, so it is a package, a third-party package which will enable the Unity to render 3D tile maps based on the latitude and latitude and longitude that you put in. And you also need a Google Cloud account. Uh, Even I am not familiar with Google Cloud. I only worked on it for this tutorial, and it was a little bit confusing because this is the first time that I'm working on it. But I'm sure you will figure it out. So you have to create a Google Cloud account, and you have to enable a couple of APIs, and you have to create a key. So let's get started. Before that, let's create a Unity project and call it Geo tutorial and let it load. Okay, now that the Unity project is loaded up, let's get started. I personally prefer changing the platform before importing any packages. So let's switch to Android. And as I told you, you need to import a couple of packages, and I'll be giving the links to those packages in the description. The first one would be ARCore extensions. I'll be giving this link there. Once you click on it, it will take you to this page. Go to the bottom and download this package, this .tzz file, and keep it somewhere. And also, we also need this uh, package called Cesium for Unity. And same here, you need to download this here and keep it somewhere. And I already downloaded them, and I'll be importing them now. Oh, sorry, it's not a Unity package. You have to import it from the package manager. My bad. So you need to click on the plus icon, and you need to click on add package from Tarbal, and here you go. These are the two packages. So let's first import the ARCore extensions first. Let's import the second package, which is Cesium for Unity. You might have to restart your Unity project. Also, don't forget to import that geospatial sample here. Okay, now that we have imported all the dependencies, let's pick the settings. Let me change the company name. And what else? I think this is somewhere around 28, I guess. And scripting back into IL2 CPP. You don't need ARM V7, you know, 64. What else? What else? What else? What else? You know this. You don't need Vulkan. OpenGLE 3. Threading this. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, let's go to Excel plugin management and enable ARCore there. It will take some time based on how good your laptop is, of course. Okay, now let's go to ARCore extensions, and we have to change the Android authentication strategy to either keyless or API key. We'll be sticking to the API key for the time being. Uh, I'll be showing you how to get the API key in a minute, and you also need to enable Geospatial and Geospatial Creator. Finish. Okay, done. Now that it is completed, let's head back to the Google Cloud API. So this is how it looks when you log in with your Google account, and initially you have to create an account. Now that I already have created the account, I'm not sure how to show you the exact steps. I might have created new account and take you through the steps, but then you are I mean, my viewers are smart enough to figure it out. So once you set up that, and by the way, you might be needed to provide your credit card details in order for you to access Google Cloud API. But as far as my understanding goes, it won't charge you until you actually ask it to charge, is what I know based on my little understanding. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong or anything. So, yeah, let's keep that aside. Once you are there, you can go to console, and you will be shown this, and initially you will have to create a project. I have already created a project and named it Geospatial Creator Unity, and you need to go to API and services. As I already told you, you need to enable a couple of APIs. You can go to library, which is where we have all the APIs that Google support, and you need to enable the ARCore API first, which I have already enabled. As you can see from here, that is one API you need to enable, and also one more thing is map tiles API is what you need to be enabled. Once that is enabled, you need to create API key. That you can do that by going to credentials and creating an API key. I have already created one, so this is my API key here, and you need to copy it. Let's go back to Unity and go to product settings, extra management, and paste the API key here. Now that everything is set, let me quickly change the layout. This is not how I usually work, so this is my favorite layout. This is how I organize tabs in Unity, by the way. Okay, so now we have this sample scene with this canvas and buttons and some text. Let's To use Geospatial API, you need to create this thing here, Geospatial Creator Origin, and you will be given this. and click on this to add the Cesium component. And once you are there, you need to copy that. You need to press the API key. So if you can see this, so this is some random place. So this is some latitude, longitude of some random place. I'm not sure where exactly it is, but of course the good thing is you can put your own latitude, longitude here. Let me try to get some coordinates. Let's search for Eiffel Tower. So if you are familiar with the Google Earth interface, so this is kind of having the Google Earth inside Unity 3D. So I can imagine a lot of other use cases other than uh, just the AR augmented reality part of it. You can also do other stuff. I guess going forward, you will be seeing a lot of use cases out of this. Okay, I think this is Eiffel Tower. You can get the coordinates by right clicking on it. Copy the. Okay, so once you get the coordinates of any place that you want to visualize inside Unity, all you have to do is enter the latitude and longitude here and set the height to 1. I mean, you can play with the height value, but I find 1 to be really good because that way you will have closer look at everything around. So there are a couple of ways, different ways, multiple ways of using this information here. So one is to accurately place the elements in here. For example, if you want to exactly place particular maybe a dog or a tiger or whatever that is strategically placed content, you can plan it accordingly based on the 3D data available here, because it will be very easy for you to manually place the object here and move it around as you have all the necessary 3D data. But keep in mind that this particular data is not available in the entire world. This is only available in select cities at selected places only. For the rest of the things, you'll only get a view similar to satellite view, wherein you have to approximately place the object there, where you don't have the 3D map data. You have to figure it out in terms of exact placement, and you have to. It's more like a trial and error game. But yeah, it's good that it's heading in the right direction, and going forward the number of cities supported will only increase. Okay, so now we have clear idea about what are the dependencies and what to import and how to enable the API key, how to enable the multiple APIs in Google Cloud. So in order to test this feature, I have entered the latitude or longitude of my location where I live, which is southern part of India, and some random place. Okay. So this is how it shows, like usually that this is kind of the same thing that you see on what satellite view of your Google Maps, right? So this is a similar way. So this is the apartment that I live in, and I'm going to place something on the in front of the apartment on the road or somewhere, maybe a simple cube or something. Let's get started. uh, Let me create a cube and let me place it. So to this component, you need to add Geospatial creator anchor. So here we have couple of anchors, multiple anchors. One is terrain anchor and another one is rooftop anchor. So what is terrain anchor and what is rooftop anchor? So if you want to get in detail, you can check my previous video. But in simple words, if you want the object to be placed on the terrain, you don't have to calculate what's the sea mean level, what's the altitude there. you only have to previously you have to manually input the altitude also, which is the height, but now with these new features it will figure out the terrain, and this altitude offset is with related to the terrain. For example, if you make it 10, what it will do is it will place the cube or whatever the element that you have added this create anchor to 10 meters above the ground level. So this is related to the terrain. So terrain will be 0, and whatever the value that you input will be calculated with respect to the terrain. So if I input 10, then the cube will be floating uh, at 10 feet height related to terrain. But as you can observe, even though I'm changing this value, the cube is still there. It is because this value, the altitude offset, will only be considered during the runtime. For us to visualize here in the Unity editor, you have to play with this parameter, which is WGS84 altitude for your placement. And uh, so by this time you should already know that the VPS, which is visual position system, is supported only in the previous cases where you have all the 3D data, where you can also use semantics. You can also have the collisions, because you already have the 3D data. It's just matter of using that for occlusion and collisions. But since you don't have the access to 3D data here, it's more about it uses a couple of other things like GPS and other factors to figure it out. But more or less, it should be working great. So after this, I'll be building this application. I'll be testing out. So after this, you might not be able to see the cube. You might be seeing something else. So let's wait and see whether it works or not.